Hi there, John here again with SolidCAM Professor. In this video, we'll take a look at how to get started using ToolKit at the Part Tool Library level. This is a great place to start because every CAM part will have its respective Part Tool library. In looking at the example on my screen, this milling CAM part is ready for adding operations. You'll notice that appearing in the SolidCAM Manager, we now have the ToolKit header that replaces the previous tool header. This header enables you to manage the ToolKit settings, the current part tool library, as well as any new tool library types that I briefly described in the previous video. For this demonstration, let's work with ToolKit at the operations stage. After adding an operation and defining the geometry, we can switch to the tool page to start the tool definition. Clicking the Select button displays the ToolKit dialog box at the Part Tool Library level. Under the main menu, there is the Library toolbar on the far left, and next to it is the corresponding selection pane. This toolbar gives us access to the available SolidCAM components, such as milling tools, drilling tools, adapters, and holders, as well as the import options for third-party tools and the ToolKit tool libraries. Importing tool items will be covered later. At this point, we'll start with the basics by adding and defining a tool item from scratch. Choosing milling tools again on the toolbar, the contents of the milling cutter components are displayed in the selection pane. At the operations stage, availability of cutter components on the toolbar and corresponding cutter or tool types in the selection pane depends on the CAM part type and operation type respectively. For this operation, we'll add a face mill to the part tool table. To do so, we can either double-click face mill in the selection pane, or we can simply drag and drop it into the tool table window. Once added, the corresponding tool item is created and displayed here in the Tool Item Manager. Also, you'll notice that the right-hand side of the ToolKit dialog box is activated, displaying the tool item component data. This is where we can manage the combined and individual properties of each tool item and its assembled components. With that said, we can define the face mill properties such as its geometry, or we can first finish assembling the tool item with additional components to include, for example, an adapter and holder. Such components can be added to the tool item in several ways by using either automatic or manual methods. Manually, we can use the Library toolbar and selection pane to select from our available SolidCAM components. Or we can use the right-click commands in the Tool Item Manager or Tool Table List to add the adapter and holder individually or together. When added this way, SolidCAM Components lib is automatically loaded in the selection pane. This is the default tool components library included with the installation of SolidCAM that facilitates defining adapter holder geometries. I'll talk more about this in a later video. Rather than adding these components manually, there's also the option to have ToolKit add them automatically. This can be done with a simple modification to the ToolKit settings. Let's go to the main menu, click View, Settings, and select Auto Add the Adapter and Holder. After clicking Save and Exit, every time a cutter is added to the part tool table, the adapter and holder components will be added automatically. For example, now I'll add an end mill to the tool table. In the Tool Item Manager, we can see that the adapter and holder components are also added. This is a great, easy way to minimize number of clicks. To further simplify our selections, take note that the adapter is already defined as HSK63. This is because the adapter type is now specified in the VMID file of the CNC machine. Let's have a look. Opening the Machine ID editor, we can see that the adapter type, HSK63, is defined in the station's parameters. Let's go back to the Part Tool table for a moment. This time, we'll open the Part Tool library from the SolidCAM Manager. Looking again at the Tool Item Manager, the tool item that's selected in the tool table list is displayed in a hierarchical tree structure for viewing and editing. Next, we'll use the Tool Item Manager and the right-hand side of the ToolKit dialog box to define the tool item component data.